The Hunter Biden pardon is the gift that keeps on giving. As more issues are exposed, the Democrat talking faces prove they have learned nothing from their electoral defeat. Once again, with the Democrat mouthpieces, it is not the Democrats to blame. Clearly, it wasn't Joe Biden who willingly pardoned his son. It was Trump metaphorically holding a gun to the president's head, forcing him to pardon Junior. And not only for the crimes that he has been found guilty of, but for a very specific time period going back 11 years. It is all Trump, Trump, Trump. As for Biden Attorney General's argument that if Hunter Biden had the name Joe Smith, the cases would not have been prosecuted, demonstrates what a terrible AG Holder has been and how devoid of the logic and of perspective. If you like this content, please like, share and subscribe. Consider the case that the Democrats have gone on about for ages. The hush money case that gave the Democrats their so desired convicted felon label for Trump. That case was completely contrived. It was a misdemeanor that had passed the statute of limitations time limit. So another case was concocted to try to make it a crime. This was a malicious prosecution. If the name of the defendant was Joe Smith, would the case have been brought? And remember, it was Holder's office that seconded assistance for this trial, even though it was a state case. The simple fact is, Hillary Clinton's payment for the Steele dossier, the basis for the Russia hoax, came from her campaign account, just like Trump's. Why no prosecution there?
A lie
NBC
because
News said it.
Honestly,
NBC News.
What the other side has been saying for years, what you guys ran on for president, was multiple lies. I mean, if Eric Holder said it right, I think he said if Hunter's name was Joe Smith, this case would probably have never even gone to trial, right?
First up, with her argument that the prosecution was politically directed, it was the Department of Justice under Biden, not Trump. So Eric Holder's position is ludicrous.
That it was always a political
whose
witch
Justice
hunt,
Department brought the
and
case?
it was always.
But
and
Lee,
this
wasn't to Scott's point? I mean, wasn't it a lie? I mean, you can defend it, but wasn't it a lie that he was not going to pardon him?
No, I believe the circumstances have changed. I think that we now have a president coming into office who's talking about firing squads, who's talking about running people around the country and making sure that everyone who's his enemy is going to be punished.
And firing squads? Seriously? This is what the Democrats have come to? This is like calling Trump Hitler and a fascist. And now the Biden administration is playing nice with the transition, with Biden welcoming Trump to the White House. Is this seriously the way that you would treat a Hitler wannabe? This is typified by what Kamala Harris said when she joined Biden's team after having called Biden a racist. It is all just convenient rhetorical arguments, and the damage to the nation's cohesion be damned. And the fact that it was a lie be damned.
Debates, you landed haymakers on Joe Biden. I mean, his teeth were like chiclets all over the stage. And now I believe you that you're fully supportive of him. How does that transition happen? How do you go from being such a passionate opponent on such bedrock principles for you, and now you guys seem to be pals?
It was a debate.
Not everybody landed punches like you did, though.
It was a debate.
So you don't mean it?
It was a debate. That the whole reason, literally, it was a debate.
Now look at The View and their talking points. Notice any similarity to the talking points expressed by the CNN? Clearly, these are damage control talking points circulated by the Democratic Party Central, or the DNC.
Country, Eric Holder, I think, said it really well. No U.S. attorney would have charged this case given the underlying facts that have been investigated for 5 years. Less than get this, 0.09% of people are indicted, prosecuted, charged, and found guilty of lying on a gun form. The only reason that Hunter Biden was gone after and charged, indicted, and found guilty was because his name wasn't Joe Smith, it was Hunter Biden. And that's the
that have said we are here for retribution and vindictiveness. So Joe Biden could not leave Hunter, his only son, at the mercy of these people who are saying they're going to take retribution.
The Select Subcommittee of the Coronavirus Pandemic, chaired by Brad Wenstrup, had numerous findings that would surprise no one who followed the issue closely. They found the virus possesses biological characteristics not found in nature, that there was a single introduction to humans contrary to previous pandemics, among a host of other issues pointing to a probable leak from a lab in Wuhan, and that gain-of-function research was likely involved. They also found that social distancing had no scientific basis and no conclusive evidence that mask mandates gave effective protection. There was a finding that travel restrictions saved lives. On the vaccines, they found rushed approval that they were better called therapeutics than vaccines. They were ineffective at preventing spread or infection, and that vaccine mandates caused more harm than good. They were also very critical of public health officials' spread of misinformation and demonisation of contrary opinion.
That came out of this report in terms of your findings?
Well, I think what was disturbing, and it kind of sums up everything that followed in suit after that, is the cover-up really by China. Obviously, there was so much attempt to cover everything up, to not let us in, destroying evidence, etc. But also there's a cover-up within our government, or at least trying to steer people towards one concept of what maybe happened, as opposed to being open and listening, and at other times just being wrong. And then
what is clear here is that the level of control that was inflicted by authorities globally and the lack of desire for transparency or anything that went against the prevailing narrative. The level of control went from forcing individuals to do what they did not want to do, to government censorship, and to courts not doing their jobs in defending the Constitution. We supposedly live in free societies. We must never allow this control and coercion to take place again. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you very much for watching.